going on, guys? Welcome back. Marriage, Money, and Mindset. We are your hosts. I'm Jared.
And I'm Alexis.
And we are back for episode 10. As you can see, we may not look our normal selves right now. This is the Halloween edition.
We're in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah, man. Tomorrow's Halloween, so we wanted to, do a little something, for the theme. I got my Bob Marley Jamaican man stuff on, and what you supposed to be?
I'm the Jamaican girl.
The Jamaican girl. Yeah. Irie. Yeah, man. So anyway, we just clowning, man. Having some fun with y'all. Tomorrow's Halloween. We wanted to, do something to, get into the theme or whatever. But hey, welcome back, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. This is episode 10 of Marriage, Money, and Mindset. We are back. We're still continuing on our stock market theme series, stock market series for the month of October 2023. But before we get that started, guys, we do have a few announcements, right? So we recently did something. We did an opportunity alert, right? We appreciate everybody who participated in doing it. Thank y'all so much. But we do have a person that we selected, right? So we want to shout him out real fast. Jay LaRon Tukes. On
Mr.
IG.
Right a lot on IG.
Yeah, Mr. Right a lot on IG, man. Hey, appreciate you, sir. He commented on the video that we put out for the opportunity alert. This opportunity, how it would help him. This opportunity would help familiarize me with discovering the ins and outs of the market. That was his comment on IG. So just to give y'all a recap real quick, guys, whenever we do these, by the way, we plan on doing more of these. So we want to give back. This is our form of giving back to our subscribers. People, watch us, tune in. We appreciate y'all, man. So we want to give back. We're going to continue to do these, by the way. Okay. So just so y'all know, because some people did it, they didn't do it the right way, right?
They were a little confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were doing dumbing it down, pretty clear on what to do.
Yeah.
But okay, guys, when we do these, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Right.
Share that particular video on any of
that opportunity alert to whatever social media platform that you would like.
Yeah, start over and explain the whole thing because I don't want them to get confused. So you start A to Z. Go.
Okay, so first things first, subscribe to the channel, Marriage, Money, and Mindset. Second thing is to share the video, the opportunity alert video to any social media platform, whether it's in your story or as a post, and tag us in it. That way, because sometimes some platforms, it doesn't give the notification that you shared it. So tagging us would help let us know. And then the third thing is comment on really any platform, but it's helpful if you comment on YouTube. That way it's all in one place.
Either YouTube or IG, because we're going to post that video on our IG as well, right? So that's just for future reference, guys. Whenever we do these, that way y'all know what to do, instructions. Right. We're going to always post the instructions on what to do, but just for future reference, guys. That's how that works. Okay. So, But hey, man, look, Jay LaRon Tukes, we appreciate you, sir. Thank you, man. One more announcement we want to do. So since we're wearing Jamaican attire, right, we want to make this announcement. The Marriage Club, Mauricio.
I know y'all heard of them on Facebook. It's a really large marriage group on Facebook. Follow them if you're not already following.
There you go.
They put together, actually it's a separate branch off called the Marriage Club Escapes, where they go on group trips for married couples and couples aspiring for marriage.
Yeah.
And February, 9th through 12th, we're going to Montego Bay, Jamaica. Yeah. So this is going to be our second time participating with them. Man. It's our favorite place. That's where we had our honeymoon. Yeah, we've been back a couple of times, but we're excited to go back again with the Marriage Club Escapes.
Yeah, man.
And there's only 10 spots left available.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. So we're already booked, guys. So we're going to be in attendance. Marriage, Money, Mindset is going to be in attendance with the Marriage Club. We're looking forward to seeing y'all again, Mr. Mauricio and Miss Chris Sunny. Yes. February 9th through the 12th, 2024, guys. So make y'all way to the marriageclubescapes.com if y'all want to book. Highly recommend y'all attend. It's a great event. Y'all going to love it. We enjoyed it so much that obviously we're going back, right? So we wanted to make sure we shouted them out as well. So make sure y'all go and check that out if y'all can, right? And then anything else? That's pretty much my announcements before we get into today's episode.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You're pretty good. You don't have anything else you want to mention before we go? You good? Okay. I always got to check with her, guys, before we take off. So anyway, so welcome to episode 10, right? This is our stock investment strategy, part 5 to the stock series of October 2023. So we've already touched on what is the stock market, how to create a brokerage, how to pick investments. Yeah, how to choose what to invest in the stock market. So today what we wanted to do is be a little bit more transparent, giving y'all an idea of one of our portfolios, how we actually invest in our joint portfolio, right? So we do have a couple different portfolios, right? We have some Roth IRA accounts. We both have one of those. We also have actually a Roth IRA in crypto too, right?
Yes.
The I Trust Capital accounts. We also have TD Ameritrade, which is about to be Charles Schwab Roth IRA accounts. Next weekend, I think. They did an M&A, a merger and acquisition. And then we also have a joint account with TD Ameritrade, soon to be Charles Schwab. So we just wanted to give y'all an idea of how we actually allocate into our joint account,
and
right?
With the job.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. We also have the deferred comp. It's called Mission Square. It's actually a deferred compensation plan, which is money going in pre-tax, and then on the way out is taxed. So we have several accounts, guys. This is just one. We just wanted to give y'all a little bit of transparency as to how, basically we want to give you an idea of, like, let's say for instance, if you and your spouse want to create a joint account together, this is going to be that illustration of how y'all can potentially do that, right? So what we want to do is get on our easel, of course.
Handy dandy.
Yeah, handy dandy easel. You know what I'm saying, mama? I'm gonna get you to do it, right?
Okay.
So let's start off with, let's make a pie chart. Let's do that first. Just make a nice pie chart right here. So check this out, guys. If you haven't seen, just go ahead and do it. I'm talking. If you haven't seen our episode on managing finances as a married couple, we broke down on that video about when all money is in, how it should be allocated, right? Now, I'm not going to touch on all of the categories in this episode. I'm just going to touch on preferably the investment category, which we highly recommend at minimum be 25%, right? I want to say that's what we mentioned in that video. 25% is what we recommend. We actually invest quite a bit more than that, right? Simply because we make it a priority as one of those categories to allocate as much income as possible. So this is going to be that example of how much money is being allocated into this particular portfolio. So this is a pie chart, guys. Now in this pie chart, you see 5 slices, right? There's 5 companies that we actually invest aggressively in this particular portfolio, right? So I'm gonna let Hershey put those ticker symbols into these pie charts. So let's start off with the first company that we invest in, which is Amazon. Shout out.
AMZN.
What, the ticker? Oh, let's get that right. AMZN. AMZN. So guys, the ticker symbol, we talked about it before, but we'll talk about it real quick. It's just a way to identify the company when you're looking for it on the stock market, okay? So AMZN is the ticker symbol for Amazon. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what Amazon or who Amazon is, right? So give me another company, Hershey. What else we invest in? We got Apple.
AAPL.
AAPL. That's the ticker symbol for Apple, right? Everybody know Apple.
Microsoft.
We have Microsoft. MSFT is the ticker for Microsoft. MSFT. Keep sounding off. Google. Now, Google actually has 2 tickers. There's a Class A and Class B, I believe, but we invest in the Class A, I believe.
GOOG.
GOOG. Those are your, it's actually Alphabet is the company, but, you know, that's the parent name for, yeah.
Tesla.
And there's Tesla, okay?
Tell me what it is.
Oh, TSLA. TSLA. If y'all are interested in the other company, parent company of Google, is GOOGL. So I think one gives you voting rights, one doesn't. Your preference, right? If you're interested in investing in Google, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, so check it out. So once we get all of our money in, once we determine exactly how much is going to go into our investment bucket, it goes into our portfolio, into our account first as cash, okay? Once it's invested as cash, then we allocate it according to how we want everything weighted.
Right. So as you guys can see, this pie chart is even because I drew it. And
I could have made it evil. I mean, evil. I can't even say it. Damn. Okay. Equal. I could have made it equal, even? Man. Come on. All right. Man.
So we have 5 companies that we invest in. So 100%, that's 20% in each company.
Yeah, when you take 100% of the cash and divide it up, we prefer to keep everything equal, right? Now I understand some people, you know, they may want to say, hey, I'm gonna put, you know, I don't know, 15 or 10% in Tesla, and then the remaining 90 amongst these, just because Tesla may be probably more volatile than these other companies, right? But again, this is just our preference, guys. We want to keep this particular portfolio equally weighted. So every company that we invest in this particular portfolio is at 20% weight, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right?
Right.
So just to give y'all reasons why, if y'all watched the last episode, we talked about that, how to pick and choose investments in the stock market.
Right.
So the reason we chose, I'm just going to run down a few examples as to why we chose these. I want to make some bullet points as I say these. So one bullet point being top weightings in most index funds, however you want to summarize that. Okay, so we talked about like ETFs, you know, index funds, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500. When you look at most of the weightings in these companies or in these portfolios, ETFs, preferably like tech, even maybe consumer discretion to a certain degree, you know, these companies are usually like the top weightings, right? So the way we kind of, you know, at least with this portfolio, we let the indexes that we follow, the indexes that we, what's the word I'm looking for?
Monitor?
Well, not necessarily monitor, but I had a brain for it. I'm sorry, guys. Basically, when we look at an index that we want to invest in versus investing in the index, we look at the weighting of that index and let the index dictate what to invest in.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When we investigate portfolios.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. like it's a police thing. Like we investigate it. But anyway, guys. When you look at most index funds, these are your top weightings. So that's one reason why we like these companies. Another reason why we like these companies is the market cap, the market capitalization. All of these companies, with the exception of Tesla, right now, today is, you know, Halloween, or the day before Halloween. The market cap with these companies are in the trillions, right? Apple, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. Yeah. Market cap is shares outstanding multiplied by the share price, and that gives you the market value or the market capitalization of these companies. So all 4 of these are in the trillions. Tesla's not far behind. I think the last time I looked, guys, Tesla was current market cap was in the neighborhood of, let's see real fast, I'll just check. I mean, it's right up there with those other 4 companies. Let's see, give me 1 second. I'll tell y'all. Y'all know Tesla though. Yeah, let's see. Moment of silence. Okay, so if you look at Tesla's market cap today, guys, it's currently at about 660 billion, okay? High volume, that's another thing we like about these companies. During the market hours when they're open, the volume, which is basically the buying and selling of the shares within these companies, is usually pretty high. that's good. That's what you want. You want a company that has high volume. That just shows also that people are interested in the company, whether they're selling out or buying in. What's another reason why, from your perspective, why we like these companies?
Longevity.
Yeah.
I don't see these companies going anywhere. I don't see anybody else dominating these companies in these certain industries.
Yeah.
At least for the next,
Or a lifetime, man. Or
at least for 10 to 20 years, they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, definitely our life. I mean, well, I'd say definitely for our time horizon, definitely our lifetime, man. I mean, you know, and another thing that's interesting, like Google, they just went public like in 2019. They haven't even been public that long. That's something else I researched earlier today. That's the word I was looking for. I had a brain for it on research. Couldn't think of research for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But if y'all go to Google and look at the max on the chart. Oh, I'm sorry. Google went public in 2014, guys. I apologize. It was something I was looking at. It might have been... No, Amazon. It wasn't Amazon. I don't know what I was looking at earlier. But anyway, but again, that's not that long ago. You know, we're talking, how many years ago is that? Almost 10 years
14.
ago, right?
9.
Huh?
That's 9 years.
Yeah, 9 from today. Yeah, so that's not that long. And they're already up 341% since then, you know, since inception. Great return. You know, if you would have invested since inception, 341 divided by 9, that's a 37% annualized return. Awesome return.
Right.
So, real quick, the dividends, or we actually get dividends from 2 of these companies, which is Apple and Microsoft. Now, they both pay dividends quarterly. We talked about dividends before, and the way we have our portfolio, this particular portfolio set up, it's on a DRIP, which is an acronym for Dividend Reinvestment Program. So every quarter that these companies pay out a dividend, it automatically gets reinvested into buying more fractional shares of the positions in that company. So now we have our interest that's getting paid out to us is earning interest.
Right, compounding.
It's compounding. So it's actually building up that position a lot faster. So that's another reason why we like these 5 companies. You know, just to run down each one. Again, like we talked about CEOs, you know, we have Elon Musk over here at Tesla. We have Tim Cook over here at Apple. You know, Jeff Bezos was at Amazon. I think now the CEO is Andy Jassy, right? He's actually the one who started Amazon Web Services. Okay. Yeah, which is like their biggest moneymaker at Amazon, right? A lot of people probably thought it was deliveries, like the packages that's being delivered. That's not their highest way of making income, guys, by the way. Just FYI. Yeah, Amazon Web Services is like the moneymaker at that company. Apple, self-explanatory, guys. Most people have a product, whether it's a product or service with Apple. Right. They're dominating the market space. They're the most valuable company in the United States. Actually, almost, not in the world, though. You know, there's another company, international, that's worth more than Apple. It's I looked it up one day. It's out of the country, I believe. But of course, yeah. Okay. But domestically, Apple top dog. I mean, pretty much every index fund. I think everybody's. If you have an investment account, whether with your like your 401k or a certain index, I guarantee you're invested in Apple. Right. So by doing this, we actually get that much more exposure. Right. So that's another reason why we invest in these companies in this portfolio. I guess another reason could be exposure or more exposure. So when you own an index fund, guys, like we mentioned before, it'll be 1,000. Well, not necessarily 1,000, but let's just use the S&P 500 for an example. So the S&P 500 will be literally 500 companies that you're invested in, right? But Apple may represent probably the top weighted position in that index, but it's going to be like maybe like 6%. Right. Well, this is actually giving us 20% exposure of Apple versus just a 6% exposure. So that's one reason why we, prefer to have individual stocks that we invest in within this portfolio. Yeah, guys. So, I'm pretty sure all y'all are familiar or heard of these companies or actually using these products or services in these companies. That's another reason why.
If you're using them, you might as well be invested in the company.
Absolutely. If you're going to use, like,
if you believe in it enough to purchase it
to
and
be a consumer,
go ahead and
be an investor. Because how many people or companies are you? That's another dope thing real quick is how many other companies within the stock market rely on these services and products of these companies for their company
why I said they're not going anywhere.
Right. That's another thing. Think about it, guys. Like other companies, without these 5 companies would probably not be able to operate their business because of these companies. Right. So, it's almost like without this, there would be no companies within the stock market. These companies, certain right. Within the, certain industries. Just something to think about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they dominate their industries. We have technology, we have consumer discretion, yeah. So, I mean, these are the most dominant companies within those sectors, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, guys. So that's, like I said, this is just one portfolio that we have. Now, the play going forward, let's talk about that real quick. We're going to flip the page for that. So what we want to do, once we get to a certain net worth, right? So every month we invest in these companies within that portfolio, guys. We allocate X amount of dollars into those positions, keep them all equally weighted at 20%. Mm-hmm. Now, the idea we talked about, when do I exit the stock market? That was the last video, my bad. Yes. Not the how to invest in or what companies to invest in.
Yeah, that was the one before it.
Yeah, the last episode we did was on how to exit the stock market. Well, we talked about that. We gave y'all several different reasons on what to consider when you're exiting the stock market. Mm-hmm. So once we have a certain net worth, right, within that portfolio, what we're going to do, okay? You like my handwriting?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so that net worth of that portfolio that I just showed you, we're going to pull off a percentage, right? Now, let me break down this percentage. Mm-hmm. The percentage is actually going to equate to 0.83% of the net worth. Now, why did I choose 0.83? Okay, so when you take 0.83 and multiply it by 12, you're going to get 9.96%, which you can just round it up to 10%. Right? So every year we're going to pull off about 10% of the net worth of this portfolio. Now, every month it's changing. Mm-hmm. It's going up, it's going down. The market's volatile. It's cyclical. It's going to continue to do that. But this is something that I've actually did with a paper trading account. I invested in those same 5 companies, dollar cost average $1 million into a paper trading account. Mm-hmm. And I simulated as if we were in post-retirement how this would actually play out. And it was very interesting. Yeah. So some months was more than other months, mm-hmm. but some months were less than other months. But by doing this, now, one thing I didn't touch on, you also, out of this 0.83, this is monthly, by the way, guys, monthly, right? This is annually, right? That's what I heard.
2 L's. This is just the reinvesting.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 0.83% of the net worth of this portfolio, right? Monthly. So out of that 0.83%, you're going to distribute your income for the month, but you're also going to take a percentage of your income, right, and reinvest. You don't like this? Reinvest a portion of that income. So it's actually going to end up being less than 0.83%.
That you're living off of.
That you're living off of out of this particular portfolio, okay? Just to give y'all an idea. So let's run down some numbers. So I put a bunch of percentages on here. Let's run down some numbers. Okay. So let's say that net worth in that portfolio is $3 million, right? It's actually 0.083. I think I did that wrong. I'm sorry. Okay, $3 million divided by multiplied by 0.1. Okay, 3 million, right? Let me get a new page real quick because it's looking kind of crazy. I'm just gonna give y'all a quick example. So imagine if you have $3 million in your portfolio, right? So annually, that equates to 300,000 at 10%, right? So this is your annual income, 300,000. So monthly, you would divide that by 12. That's 25,000, right? 25,000 monthly. This is your monthly income off of $3 million, right? If you take the 25,000 divided by the 3 million, that's how you come up with the 0.83%, multiply by 100, 0.83%, right? So this isn't depleting the account by doing this strategy.
Right.
Now, out of this 25,000, if you invest the minimum, which is 25%, that's what we recommend you do. That would be basically 6,000
being invested.
$250 of money being reinvested, right? Sloppy handwriting. I told y'all, right? Chicken scratch. You would reinvest $6,250 out of this income, okay? Where you're going to invest this, what we're going to do is put it somewhere a little bit more conservative.
Right.
Probably an index fund, right? Simply because those don't tend to be as volatile as individual stock, okay? So this is just an example of our strategy with this particular portfolio. Anything you want to talk more on?
Well,
on
you
this
already
subject?
mentioned the biggest point of this is that it's not going to deplete the account.
It's not.
So
I've already done it. I've simulated this. Even in the thing about it, when you focus on the net worth, because this, let's say next month, let's say the market crashes 20%, right? Let's say we have another pandemic. God forbid we do. So this would go down 600,000 at 20%, right? So now we're talking about this portfolio being at 2.4 million, right? So now this would turn into, when you take 2.4 million, right? $19,920. That's your monthly income now, right? And at 25%, now we're only reinvesting $4,980 of reinvested money, right? You wouldn't pull out the same 25,000.
because it's based off of percentage.
Exactly. Because if you pull off 25,000 off of this number, it's not going to equate to the 0.83% of the portfolio anymore. It's going to be higher. You see what I'm saying? So basically, and this is a drastic example,
Right.
now, but it can't happen, right? But by living your lifestyle a little bit lower than what your maximum distribution could be, you would never because think about it. Let's say you don't necessarily need 25,000 a month
To live off of.
to live off of, right?
Yeah.
Just keep it a little bit more conservative. That way, if the market does tank 20%, your positions tank 20%. What if you're already living off of 19,000
Right.
a month, right?
Then it won't affect your
It won't affect you.
living.
You'd be like, I can afford a 20% market drop because I'm already doing that, right? So that's, just an example of how you would live off of your portfolio.
Right.
You wouldn't want to cash $3 million, guys. Keep the money working. And then, like I said, when you pull out your income, invest a portion of it.
Right.
That way you
That's
keep
the
your
most
money
important
working.
part.
That never ends.
Right.
So for us, that never ends. We're always going to continue to reinvest a percentage of our portfolio into something a little bit more conservative because now we're trying to preserve our wealth. Right? We don't want to put it in something risky because we're in retirement.
Exactly.
And the objective of retirement for us is to not have to exchange time for money anymore. To me, that's retirement. That's true retirement. If people that retire and I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
No,
I'm gonna
let's
leave it
do
alone.
it. What
You
you
wanna
was
do
gonna
it?
say? Yeah.
I mean, cause look, man, I see a lot of people. They say they retire, right? But they're still earning income somewhere else. Look,
Exchanging their time somewhere else.
right, for money. If they believe that that's retirement for them, I can't say different. But for us, true retirement is when you no longer have to exchange your time for income. That's what one of the things I hear people say, well, you got to do something. Hey man, look, we live on a planet where there's 1,000,001 things that I can do other than exchange my time for income. Okay. Right. To each his own though, right? If you feel like that's something that you want to do post-retirement, once you retire from one career, go and work in another field and do it all over again. And to me, I feel like that's just supplement my income. But that's the whole reason of doing this. This is so you don't have to go and earn income somewhere else, guys. This is going to take care of that for you. Right. Right? Because we both work. And once we retire from our jobs, well, we're going to have an income coming from our job. But I play with that math as well. It's not going to meet the income level that we need for our lifestyle. Mm-hmm. That's why we're doing this. This is one strategy we're implementing. Mm-hmm. And this is going to help supplement the income we need for our lifestyle. Right. Make sense? So another dope thing, guys, real quick. I want to touch on the Roth real quick. Okay. Even though we didn't really, this was mainly a video for our joint account. Mm-hmm. The Roth though, guys, we did the math on the Roth. Yeah. Listen, guys, man, I keep stressing it to y'all. If y'all don't have a Roth IRA set up, set it up. Let me tell y'all why. The bag is tax free. Yes. So the IRS is going to be one of your biggest expenses, or not necessarily the IRS, but just taxes in general is your biggest expense in life. Mm-hmm. Your tax on your income, your federal withholdings, you're getting taxed, you tax on your income tax, sales tax, property tax, all day tax, right? So if you have a Roth IRA, once you hit the age of 59 and a half, you no longer have to pay any capital gains taxes, right? On that particular portfolio. It has to be a Roth IRA. But the dope part about it, remember we talked about the dividends from from Microsoft and Apple. Mm-hmm. Those dividends are actually tax-free too. So if you have a substantial amount of shares within those two positions, every quarter, those distribution and dividends is tax-free. Mm-hmm. So now you have cash flow. Right. And you're not paying any tax on it. You don't even have to sell the shares. You can keep the shares working and just live off the dividends. And that's something you can pass down for generations. Keep compounding that money, and it still remains tax free. Right. If y'all not doing that, y'all don't want to be wealthy. I'm serious. Y'all don't want to be wealthy. Y'all don't want to have, y'all don't want to have a level of financial freedom. And that's your business. And whatever, but I'm telling y'all, man, if you do not do that, God willing, you make it to 59 and a half, and you didn't do that.
And there's no age.
You run out of time, guys. Like, you ran out of time at that point. It's unfortunate. Your time is pretty much, you're in the fourth quarter of life now.
Right. With the Roth IRA, there's no age minimum. So, you can set them up for your children, and they can just grow over time.
I think you do have to be you have to have some type of income. Okay. That's taxable. That's the qualifications to, but you can employ children.
Exactly.
Right, and that's actually a write-off too. You can have it up to a certain amount. If you have a business and you hire your children, you can write off that income as well to up to a certain amount. And they can invest in their Roth, like she mentioned. So you catch a kid. Let's just do it real quick. I'm gonna just break down some simple math. Let's just say a 20-year-old. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna go younger than that. 20. So 20 to 60 is 40 years, guys. 40 years. Now the current contribution level today in 2023 into a Roth IRA is $6,500. So we're going to start off, I'm using a compound interest calculator. I'm doing a current principal at zero. Let's say you're 20 years old, you have zero investments in a Roth IRA. So annually, you're going to put $6,500 into this portfolio. That's 40 years of compounding. And I'm going to give you a super conservative interest rate return of, what would you say is conservative?
10% is very conservative. I
think we can do 10 easy. I'm going to do 10 just for this example. Okay, guys, so here's the math. Here's the breakdown. $6,500 a year, which is 2023's maximum contribution into a Roth IRA. 40 years to grow. This is for you 20-year-olds out there. You're 20 years old. By the time you get 60 years of age, if you earn just 10% annually off of this portfolio, tell them what the future value is going to be.
$3.1 million.
$3,164,536.77. Tax free. And if this portfolio pays a dividend, those dividends are tax-free. You don't even have to have it on a drip anymore. If you want to keep reinvesting them, you're more than welcome to. But now you can take them out as an actual income.
Right.
Turn the drip off, and now you got income. $3 million tax-free income. You can do so much with it. Leverage it. You can live. I mean, this example is literally that example,
exactly.
right? So, but if you can do a little bit better than 10%, like she mentioned, 15%, just changing it up 5 points. Read that. Tell them what it turns into.
13.2 million.
There you go. We literally just, almost 10x there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's at 15%. The quicker you start, the quicker you get that portfolio going, the quicker those returns can start generating. Mm-hmm. And I showed y'all earlier the annualized compound return of, what company was that I was talking about that just went public? Google. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Google. I said the annual compound return since they went public with Google was it was 341% back in 2014. Since 2014. 2004. That's 9 years. So what was the percent again? 341 divided by 9. That's 37%. So imagine if that's the only position you invested in your Roth. I mean, obviously I wouldn't do that, but just throwing it out. I mean, we just did 10 and 15% for y'all. This 37%. That would be in the hundreds of millions. It would literally be in the hundreds of millions.
Right.
Again, guys, if y'all don't want to be wealthy, rich, that's y'all's business. That's fine. And it's not about that. It's not about that for us. We want freedom. That's the whole point of this. We don't want the money. I don't want the money. It takes the money in order to be financially free.
Right.
Makes sense, right?
And we're thinking about people after us as well, not just ourselves.
Yeah, of course, Again, guys, look, it's y'all's business if y'all do it or not. We just want to be, the people that hopefully plant the seed.
Right.
Yeah, be resourceful to y'all and hope y'all take advantage of this opportunity because, we all have the opportunity to invest in a Roth IRA, guys. So do it, please. If anything, just do this. Just do the Roth. I mean, This is a joint account we're talking about.
Yeah.
We do both. So, but anyway, guys, so hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. We gave y'all a little bit of, transparency as to what our portfolio looks like or what we invest in this particular portfolio. Mm-hmm. We're going to start talking about real estate investing. Probably it's coming soon. We haven't sat down and actually figured that part out yet, but it is coming. So if y'all are interested in real estate investing, that's something else we do as well on the side. Right. We have currently 10 properties that we're investing in our market. And so we've been investing in real estate since 2017, right before we met. That's when I started. So we're going to talk about that at some point in the near future. So just be on the lookout for that, guys. That'll be the next subject that we probably going to tap into. Yeah. So if y'all interested in that, stay on the lookout. Right. Anything else you want to mention, mine?
No, mine. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. It's Irie then. All right, guys. Well, we'll catch y'all next Monday. Y'all have a great week. Enjoy it. Get that paper. Go get that Roth IRA if you ain't got it.
Sign up.
And make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on your notifications. Be on the lookout for the next opportunity alert that's coming soon. And we are not financial advisors. Again, just want to make that clear. Right. Make sure we say that in every video. Mm-hmm. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Y'all take care.
All right, peace.